What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about the WNBA expansion teams. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment, tell anyone about the show. Trying to get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the expansion teams. And we got to talk about that timeline, right? Because, you know what? Let's bring them up, shall we? Let's go ahead and bring them up. Because we got five more teams. Got five more teams to talk about. We got the Valkyries, which we've already seen, right? And they're doing their thing out there. Shout out to the Valkyries, right? But we also have here the Toronto Tempos, which come in 2026, as well as the Portland. Well, we'll figure it out later on. But I got a couple ideas, but they're coming in 2026 as well. Then we also have the Cleveland. Yeah, we're going to figure out what to call them too, but they coming in 2028. And then finally, we got Detroit. Yeah, whatever they call them in 2029. And then Philly, we figure it out in 2030. So we have a nice little timeline for WNBA teams. So I love the fact that we're going to have 18 WNBA teams by 2030. And that's going to come sooner rather than later too. Like, dang, that time really is going to be... Let's not talk. Let's not talk about how fast time gonna fly. Because I got a couple of names I want to throw out there for some of the new teams, right? And I just want to hear what people think, the fans think. So, for the Portland, we'll figure it out. I'm thinking maybe Blazers, like I'm saying, like Portland Blazers, Portland Trail Blazers, Portland Blazers. I think that might be able to work. How about the Pioneers? I don't know. Okay, possibly. You know what I'm saying? The Playmakers. Let's figure it out. I like the Blazers personally. How about then? Let's go with Cleveland. Now, they were newly approved. They were formerly the Rockers, right? I don't know if y'all rocking with that though. The Queens. How about the Queens? Could y'all roll with the Queens? I'm wondering. How about the Defenders? Like I ran these names by a fan of Cleveland in general, Cleveland sports, and she was cool with the Queens. The Defenders, maybe I got that backwards. I got to recheck. She was cool with one of them. Though. The Rockers though, she's not the fan of it. And keep in mind that's the incumbent name too. That's crazy. It is what it is though. But the Cleveland, whatever they're gonna be. This is a good draft class because 2028, ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about players like a Sarah Strong, Toby Fournier, you know what I'm saying? Sarah Strong's out of UConn, Toby Fournier's out of Duke. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? So, again, look for a nice solid draft class for the Cleveland, whatever they call them, to be looking for to draft in. Although they might get fifth, which sucks. Tough. How about the Detroit? And, it's a new team, right? The Shocks. The Detroit Shocks. That's the incumbent name. Cool, I hear it, right? Like, Tulsa, now Wings. That was the past, but we can go back to having the Detroit Shock now. Even though they technically the Dallas Wings. I don't know. Let's figure it out. But if y'all don't want to go that route, cool. How about the Detroit Transformers? No? All right. The Detroit Dynamos? No. All right. Well, I would love to see what this Detroit team come out to be, especially when the Pistons are coming. Ooh. If they can get something shaken by the time the Pistons are rocking too, that'd be lovely. But let's go ahead and go on down to 2030. The Philadelphia, whatever we want to call them. Y'all have heard this name before, so we're going to spin the block back one more time. The Pioneers. Nothing? Something? I see somebody. I got a couple likes. All right, that's cool. The Philadelphia Bells. Some of y'all like that one. Some of them like that one. I think so. I think I got a couple smiles out there. The Philadelphia Loves. Okay. All right. That might be too. Yeah, I can see that going a little left. All right. That could go left. The Philadelphia Freedom Fighters. Hold off on it. Let's hold off on it. Bells could be the winner though, but Freedom Fighters, you know what I'm saying? I might not be mad at that. Now, here's the thing. Okay. Now we've already talked about all of these teams, WNBA cities, right? The Indiana Fever's Sophie Cunningham made a wonderful statement. And she said, she questions basically the excitement of the fans of these cities. Like Sophie Cunningham is questioning Toronto, Portland, Cleveland, Detroit, and Philly. And she believed that some better alternatives could have been out there, like a Miami, a Kansas City, a Nashville, right? And I do hear that. Because also, I told you guys, I brought a Cleveland sports fan on the show before, and I ran across some names, right? And, well, on another episode of mine, I did state, well, I would not be mad if I saw Miami up here, right? Kansas City, Tennessee. She said Nashville, I said Tennessee. Cool, right? Like Boston. I could have seen Houston. Like, we could have seen those. I would have been able to... I do get the appeal to bringing those teams, those cities, new teams. Hell, I thought Boston actually was about to do that. That's what's crazy. And when you think about it, I mean, all right, let's think about this, right? Like, because who wouldn't want to play in Miami? I do get her statement on that. Let's get some alternative names for some of these cities, right? Like Miami, we got the beaches. The Miami beaches. Oh my gosh. Yo, that is crazy. I'm telling y'all right now, that would be hilarious. But no, seriously. All right. So the Miami Fuegas, you know what I'm saying? Like the Miami Flames, the Miami Torches. Like that could be cool. Although if y'all trash, you got torched. That one could backfire. But I do see the appeal. Also, the name is kind of cool too. So again, I do hear you on Miami. How about Kansas City? I'm still working on this one. But like the Chieftains, you can call them the Tans for short. I'm not really feeling that one. So until we can get a better name, I don't know. Patty Mahomes and them just might not have a WNBA squad to root for right now. How about Nashville? Tennessee? We can give them the Grizzlies. You know what I mean? Like, I think that could work out. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Something about the Boston Clovers. I feel like that could work too. Again, like Boston Celtics, Boston Clovers. I genuinely thought the Boston WNBA team was coming. But as y'all can see, they're not one of the 5 cities listed between now and 2030. That does hurt. That does hurt. It also means too that, you know, Boston as a city ain't as prominent as LA. That's all I'm saying. Lakers is greater than Celtics, and Sparks is greater than, well, you know, the Clovers, I guess, right? How about Houston? We could go Rockies. We could go Rockettes. See, we got the Houston Rockets, and we got the Houston Rockettes. See, it's a little bit different, but although I could understand there'd be a little bit of issue with that. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I do understand wanting to pair WNBA teams with those cities. Again, Miami, Houston, Nashville, Kansas City. I don't know about Kansas City as much, but I get why nowadays too. Again, Boston would be smooth. Houston, especially now, like imagine if Houston had a WNBA team and they were decent. That would be an interesting dynamic, especially for the future. If Houston is continuously trending upwards the way I think it could be. Miami getting a WNBA squad, oh, you know they lit. Oh, you know they lit. And then imagine if Asia Wilson just so happened to want to hit free agency during that time period. Like, imagine if she went from Las Vegas to Miami. That would have been interesting. Like, I'm just saying. I'm not, you know. But no, seriously. I do love the fact that we have the Toronto Tempos coming up. The Portland whatevers, the Cleveland whatevers, the Detroit whatevers, and the Philadelphia whatevers. But ladies and gentlemen, I do wonder if we can start sneaking in some other teams too. Like a Miami, like a Kansas City, like a Nashville, like a Boston, like a Houston. That would be cool. That would be cool. So again, you know, I get it. I do get it. I just would like if we could get a couple more teams. Because again, I'm being selfish right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm being selfish. Hell, I'd like for there to be more teams in the USA for the WNBA. That means more basketball for myself. And then also, we get more of these teams. what's that going to do to the schedule? Because, I mean, we can't keep it at 40-plus games now. Like, it's got to expand. But then, when does the season start? Oh, man. See, now we about to start getting questions. All right, you know what? I'm going to get off my soapbox real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, as y'all can tell, that does conclude the end of the episode. I should have paid attention earlier, my bad. But definitely let me know what y'all think about the expansion teams. Are you guys happy about the 5 teams that they've selected, 5 cities that the WNBA has selected? Or should they have selected other alternatives that I listed off? I mean, I get both sides. I genuinely do. But more importantly, we get more teams, more basketball, more potential stars to watch. So I love it. But I hope y'all enjoy it. And definitely continue to watch the WNBA, but also continue to watch my show. I greatly appreciate it. But ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude the end of the episode. So definitely please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone who's anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all are having a good one. Take care.